as meth lab capitals of the U.S. Naively and innocently put on the market as the Benzedrine inhaler almost 70 years ago, no one could predict amphetamine's damage.
People who used a lot of amphetamines tended to be trigger happy about violence. First of all, they become a little paranoid and they misinterpret something and think that that person is out to do them harm, and they, give them a punch or worse.
Amphetamines are also the preferred drug of the sports world. Pro football, horse racing, and bicycle racing are breeding grounds for speed abuse. While racing the Tour de France, Tommy Simpson collapses and dies under the influence of methamphetamine.
Speed kills by blowing your heart up. It actually can blow your heart up. I mean, the heart muscle, you'll get it to rip a hole in itself. The messages that are being sent by the brain are just completely out of whack.
Recreational use of this addictive drug ruins thousands of lives. Despite its dangers, its powers of addiction claim new addicts every day.
That first shot of speed was like having an orgasm. I didn't have to have a man. I didn't have to have anybody. I just stood there and backed up and sat down on the couch, and it was unbelievable. And it was a rush, a high that I knew I had found what I was looking for in my whole life. And I was off and running.
While amphetamines have long been prescribed by doctors, medicinal marijuana has only gained acceptance in the 90s. Today, it is used by AIDS and cancer patients to stimulate appetite and reduce the nausea from chemotherapy. It's also a treatment for glaucoma. The attitude of the American public towards marijuana is most fickle. Once, the federal government was opposed to a national marijuana law, but enacted one anyway in 1937, only to see it overturned 30 years later by the Supreme Court. In 1970, a new federal law banned marijuana again, citing it was of no medicinal use. But today, marijuana is used legally for that very reason. Now, at the turn of the 21st century, 11 states have decriminalized possession of small amounts of marijuana, judging the legal side effects to be more harmful than the drug itself.